I would really have loved to put this on a live video, but unfortunately, you need 1,000 followers or more to go live. So I decided to put this on stories because I believe in putting something like this into like my type of main feed anyway. And this is about Deepak Chopra or Chopra. I don't know the exact pronunciation, but me myself going through my spiritual journey, there's some important things that we learned in my particular lifestyle, and one of them is everything is your fault. Everything, you put yourself in every position for each reaction, causation, however you want to call it, you put yourself in that position, whether it's in your personal positive or in your impersonal negative, you put yourself in each one of those type of situations. When it comes to this particular person now, me myself, going back years and years ago, we found out about this person maybe 5-7 years, and from the jump, the vibe no fit. There's like Caribbean Jamaican saying that the jacket no fit, where it's like there's that type of vibe, there's no connection. So even though I take the goodness that he puts out there and repurpose it to better myself, in a generality, really like the motion that this person going through. And what's interesting now, like I always vibe with the vibration and frequency of the way how the universe guide me in certain directions. I'm gonna watch TV. I'm gonna watch TV for maybe a good 20 years now. So I'm now really into mainstream media. I'm all about tuning myself into making a better version of myself. And at the same time, always yet let the universe and the vibration guide me into if there's any significant news that's for my benefit, that it will somehow come to me in one way or another. And this one came to me in a bunch of ways. From what I hear, this actually happened way back close to like Valentine's Day or something, but I honestly just heard about it probably like yesterday, about another person, which I don't know who he is besides of the little information they give me, is Epstein, and he's in the files apparently with negative or malicious type of acts, or maybe pedophile type of acts or something like that, asking Epstein to come to his place and bring the ladies. You could cover yourself up with no name or something like that. Well, when it comes to this particular thing, we don't know the exact actions that this person go through, but we know say whatever action it is, from the standpoint of seeing that when there's the same way there's smoke, there's fire, and my feeling says in whatever acts that was done or whatnot or was not done, the man guilty of something or another, or else he will not put himself in that position. And we know say for some of his fanatics, them, they're not gonna like it, but again, you never put yourself in a position, in a situation where things could come down for you in a way that you don't want them to do. In my spiritual journey, we know say every position that I put myself into is my fault, no matter what the case. And with this person going through that situation right now, we know say the guy's guilty or something. And what's interesting now about this particular thing, like there's a few people then that I subscribe to on this Instagram account that are so-called like higher uppers, I guess if you want to say spiritual figures or whatnot. And I just happened to go to this person's Instagram feed and notice that he just lock off all other comments them, which is another sign that the man guilty of something. But the fact that You don't want people to put all them negative comments in all that, because someone was just true and pure to themselves, they wouldn't really care about those type of things there. And something that I find really interesting too is when you follow a certain person and you go to a certain page of another person, it shows other people that are on your subscribe that also follow him. And for this particular one, for the longest time, whenever I went there, there's two people that I noticed that followed him that right now no longer follow him, which says there's something greasy going on there also. And two major people is a person named Greg Radan and Joe Dispenza. They were following this person on it, then as soon as, I guess, this accusation come, I went back just to see the feed and all that, and I noticed that magically those guys disappear. Now people could say they don't want their image tarnished or whatnot, maybe, but also says whether it's themselves or the people themselves, they're part of that mainstream clique or the club, as I said, and they don't want to associate with them because they may be guilty of something else along them lines. That's just what the feeling I'm getting, because out of other people them that are so-called hiding in the spiritual community up to this point, what is it, February 21st, I don't see them taking off their name. So, because naturally, people could follow a person just for the positivity that they dwell, and when they find this part, it's like, oh my goodness, this person, I don't know to say him do that, but he pushed off them things there, had no idea. So, but it doesn't matter whether I take him off or put him off. It don't matter, because I know truly why I put him on in the first place. But for someone to all of a sudden just scorch them people clean, that's very suspect. It reminded me of years back when there's a guy named Terrence Howard, and he went through a situation with either a girlfriend or ex-wife where she exposed him for like naked pictures or something like that. And if you go back a few years before that, he was the one that brought Robert Downey Jr. to play Iron Man. A lot of people don't know that. He's the one that pushed for Robert Downey Jr. to play Iron Man. And when this came up to him and he went for help and he asked for Robert Downey Jr. to help him, Robert Downey just scorched himself away from that situation. And basically Howard, it was on his own. And you know Howard was vexed at that time, but now he knows how Hollywood works. So he's just on a whole different type of vibe. But we don't say with this over here, sir, this isn't going to be the end of that. At least to my knowledge right now, Chopra is the only figure. But when I seen him, for some reason, another image came into mind. And it seems like this person may be the next in line for some type of, I don't know, militia type of act, or will be exposed about something, is the guy that goes by the name of Sand H. Guru. So I don't pronounce the name. But just having that intuition that something right is going to happen to him. And it seems like whoever right now is in the so-called mainstream spiritual community, things are going to get locked down. And we don't like preaching all this stuff here, so because we love preach the positivity, but it's just something that's just coming out of my intuition right now. It's just that it just seems like it's just going to be like a collapse of seeing people that you think are big spiritual figures that are not really big spiritual figures getting locked down. So just always be wary of how you feel about certain people. Always go with the intuition, even if they have big time followers, even if they're like big time influencers, you know? Just always trust your gut, always trust your intuition. If you don't feel that this person is right for you, It don't mean say that you're supposed to just go out and follow and do whatever this person says, whether man or woman or whatever. Be very mindful of the people that you look into and trust, and just ultimately go with your intuition, go with the vibration, go with the frequency of how you truly feel about this person.